What's good? Osiris here. We're going to get live here in a second. Ray, we are live. I'm doing the countdown live. I see Ray in the background getting ready to get hype. We're going to get into this tonight. I'm going to bring you in a second, Ray. All right, Ray, we are live, just doing the countdown. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I keep trying to change my volume. This is on the internet, so I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit here. Here we go. We got about 4 minutes. We're gonna go wherever we need to go, but I think, Ray, we wanted to get into the Bridgeport, Connecticut stuff, so that's what we're gonna get into. We'll start off with. How you feeling, Ray?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. No, we're not starting yet, so I'm just playing around.
Look, can I bring that back? I got
Bring it back? Let me see. Let me highlight you. Hold on. Let me spotlight you. Anti-Matrix. Is that your gear?
Correct.
Oh, dope.
If you guys want one, you can go to the Ray Studios merchandise store, pick one up, and order one.
Ray Studios merchandise store. If you can put the link in there if you want, or give it to me, or should you? I don't know if you can put it directly in the chat, but
I can't.
Okay, you can give it to me if you have it quickly or whenever you get it.
Sure, man, no problem.
How does I'm gonna turn your mic up a little bit, I think. No, it says reduce background.
Was something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong.
Okay.
Nope, nothing's wrong. Don't change anything. I'm just gonna boost your levels up a little bit. 1 2 1 2. How you feeling, Ray? We about to get popping in a couple minutes.
Feeling great, man. How about yourself?
Good.
Yeah, I just sent it to you in the private chat.
Awesome. Let's get that link up there. Support.
Yeah.
Bros out here doing it.
Yeah.
Getting no cheese, no cheddar, really. We do have to get that. We gotta get that weight right, but support.
Yeah.
I just got you highlighted, Ray. We are our own producers, so it's just I'm getting the link ready, getting you hot,
Well, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I have a whole bunch of guests lined up for the next few weeks. Actually, the next month or so.
Ray's been doing it big, man. I love how you do it. We talked about that. Like, you want to have a guest basically with every show, right? If you can. Yeah.
Well, a guest I'm going to be having on in actually a few weeks has had someone huge on his or her show.
Mm-hmm.
Someone huge. I'm not sure I want to spoil it, but I might put it in the private chat to let you know who this person was on that went on. But don't say it, though.
Sure. That's just our private thing. But if you want to find out who, do you have a date set yet? Or
in a few weeks, actually.
Okay. In a few weeks, go to Ray Studios on Rumble. We got the Ray Studios gear in the chat right now.
They're in the private chat.
All right. So he's sending me in the private chat. Oh, wow. It's a big, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
Exciting stuff for people out here grinding like Ray Studios. I don't know. He has not said this. This is me, who I say that he reminds me of in the realm of Alex Jones coming up, doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Ray Studios. Love it.
Yeah. You still going to get on one of the Ray Studios shirts, man?
Yeah, I still haven't ordered it. My bad. I just got to go on it. Well, the website's right here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to order one.
Yeah. preferably like to get one of the actual like the Ray Infinity Show shirts because
Yeah.
because that's the podcast name. So yeah,
Yep. Ray,
there's 4 different versions. Like the 4 versions they have the logos that are the 4 original logos for my podcast. Like there were when I didn't like how I did my show when I first started out, it was just audio. Like what I did was for the first 4 episodes I just created logos for logos for it and just put it on YouTube and just had that be the base of it. And yeah, the blue one was the first one, the red one was the second one, the green one was the third one, and the orange one was the 4th one.
nice. So I'm gonna get some of that gear to represent on the show here. You've seen me recently with some Prime Animations gear. So shout out to Carlos. This great stuff. Great stuff. Carlos has been grinding, working hard on characters and stuff.
Yeah.
If you follow Prime Animations, you'll see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, Ray, we want you hit me up and we've been talking about separately. We haven't talked about it together yet about this election stuff going on in Connecticut.
Well, I talked with Carlos on this. Like I was texting back and forth with him when I was doing some stuff earlier today, and he told me what's been going on in Connecticut reminds him so much of 2,000 Mules.
It's exactly the same allegations as 2,000 Mules.
Are we allowed to play that one clip from the movie on YouTube?
I'm willing to play. Do you have it?
Okay,
I'll play it. Oh yeah, I'll play it. This thing on YouTube is not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. We're not going to be. I'm a grown ass man. Let's go ahead.
We are the anti-Matrix.
We're the anti-Matrix. So that means we're not going to be, especially with this Israeli stuff popping off over. They're not going to be in the mood for too much pushback. But we can do it. Do you have the clip? I don't have the 2,000 Mules.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right here. Give me one second.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring that up, and while he's pulling that up, let's talk about. No, you just pull it up, and I'll set that up for anybody who doesn't know that there was an overturning of the Democratic primary election results in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and it has caused a stir. What happened here is there was a legal challenge by mayoral candidate John Gomez. Is it Gomez? I don't know if it's Gomes or Gomez.
I believe it's Gomez. I could be wrong.
Okay, so John Gomez Gomez against the victory of the incumbent mayor, Joe Ganim. So Joe Ganim won the primary. They're both running as Democrats, to my knowledge. And John Gomes says, no, not so fast, my friend. Something doesn't smell right. John Gomes pulled a MAGA. John Gomes pulled a Trump, but nobody ostracized him. Nobody said he can't do it. In fact, the judge said, we have video evidence of a black woman, and we might get it. That's going to be me speaking, not Ray. I'll get into that later. What's that, Ray?
We got to play that other video too of it because there was actually a huge news story where they talked about it. Well, it was actually it wasn't a huge news story. It was just a local thing, but it blew up all over YouTube.
Yep, and it blew up everywhere. And so this woman is stuffing the ballot. You know what? Yeah. Stuffing the ballot, kind of like the 2000. I told my wife I was going to be quiet, and I'm getting loud.
By the way, how is she and your kids doing?
Oh, they're doing good. Right now, they're all sleeping. So, but the thing is, I'm not in a soundproof room. So, when I get louder, it resonates throughout reverberates all throughout the house. But I get loud because this is exactly what we saw in Arizona, Georgia, other states,
Pennsylvania, Ohio. My mistake. Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Weird. How is all the swing states? Weird.
Yeah, dang, that's weird. You know, that's odd. Isn't that odd?
States. Yeah. Also, was Nevada part of that too? I could be wrong, but was it?
I forget. I have to look back. But I know the ones you said were right. And it's odd because all of those counties have something in common as well. It's urban areas with a lot of black people. Oh, that's what it is.
Especially Georgia.
especially Georgia with Atlanta, and they ride the backs of these black Americans who will do anything. They will pull a fire alarm for a Democrat. They will stuff a ballot for a Democrat. They will do whatever a Democrat tells them. They will fly a Ukraine flag for a Democrat. They will fly a Palestinian flag for a Democrat. They'll do Black Lives Matter, and then they'll say all lives matter don't all lives don't matter. Why? Because a Democrat told them that. And
Yep.
that they are the backbone. The whole 2020, and you could say 2022, came down to about 5 or 6 counties.
You can make maybe except Pennsylvania. That maybe that might be the only exception, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you could say that the election comes down to the areas you said were Pennsylvania,
Georgia,
Fulton
Arizona,
County, Georgia, Arizona,
Maricopa.
Michigan, Wayne County. Yep.
Arizona was Maricopa.
Yep.
Michigan,
Milwaukee. Basically,
Milwaukee, and in Michigan it was
Wayne County, Detroit.
It was Detroit and Grand Rapids.
Yeah. So you can see that it comes down, like the whole thing comes down. It's like you don't have to, when people talk about like stolen election or rigging it, you don't have to rig every single county, every single state. It's the swing states, and then it's the big voting areas where you can just magically find ballots after midnight or whenever. You can lie about a water pipe bursting, and then you can stuff they stuff the ballot box there. Then you can do the counting on the other end.
Yeah, and a judge overturned this election, and Donald Trump and President Trump, he's in court right now defending himself for just questioning the same stuff that happened in 2020, just questioning it.
All he did was question it, and they said he tried to. What do they're using this word? What was that?
Incite an insurrection.
Inciting an insurrection, overturning an election. No, that's not. Obviously, that's not.
When what he was actually trying to do was actually this. He wasn't like, even though technically Pence could have just rejected the results and just like say, "Hey, Trump's the victor," but what Trump was actually asking for was for Pence to just send the electors back to the states and have them review them, because that did happen I'm not sure if you were aware, it happened in the 1960 election between JFK and Nixon, and because there were a lot of questionable stuff in Illinois and Texas. Because, tell you the truth, JFK is one of the best presidents of all time, in my opinion. But the mob helped him win Illinois. That's well known. So I'm just stating facts. So
yeah, but I'm very well aware of the 1960 election. Actually, have an article.
Want to play the video right here?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Yep, let's do it. Here's the 2,000 mules. Let's do it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We come to the most important question of all. Was the magnitude of vote trafficking in these key swing states enough to tip the balance in the 2020 presidential election? Let's first narrow in on just our 2,000 mules. Their average number of Dropbox visits, 38. Their average number of illegal ballots deposited per visit, 5. That's 380,000 illegal votes. But was this sufficient to put Biden in the White House? To answer that question, we must look at each key state. In Michigan, 500 mules, averaging 50 Dropbox visits and 5 illegal ballots per drop. That's 125,000 illegally trafficked votes, not quite the 154,000 vote difference between Trump and Biden. So Michigan, with its 16 electoral votes, stays in the Biden column. In Wisconsin, 100 mules, averaging 28 Dropbox visits and 5 illegal ballots per drop. That's 14,000 illegally trafficked votes, 6,000 votes short to give Trump the win. So using only our mules, Wisconsin's 10 electoral votes stays in the Biden camp. But now we come to Georgia, 250 mules, averaging 24 Dropbox visits and 5 illegal ballots per drop. That's 30,000 illegally trafficked votes, far more than the 12,000 vote difference between Trump and Biden. So Georgia, with 16 electoral votes, moves over into the Trump column. In Arizona, the numbers are roughly the same. 200 mules, averaging 20 Dropbox visits and 5 illegal ballots per drop. That's 20,000 illegal votes. Again, these illegal votes are substantially more than the 10,000 vote margin that gave the state's 11 electoral votes to Biden. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania alone, 1,100 mules, averaging 50 Dropbox visits and 5 ballots per visit. That's 275,000 illegal votes, again comfortably exceeding the 80,000 vote margin between Trump and Biden. So Pennsylvania's 20 electoral votes goes for Trump. Shockingly, even this narrow way of looking at just our 2,000 mules in these swing states gives Trump the win, with 279 electoral votes to Biden's 259. But no one thinks that our 2,000 mules were the only mules trafficking illegal votes. To widen the search, Greg and his team lowered the criterion from 10 or more to 5 or more drop boxes. This revealed a huge upsurge in the number of mules from 2,000 to 54,000. 54,000 mules. Next, they used a very conservative estimate of just 3 ballots per drop box visit. Now, when we multiply this increased number of mules times the 5 Dropbox visits per mule times just 3 illegal votes per drop, we find election fraud on an astonishing scale. In Wisconsin, 83,565 illegal votes were trafficked. In Georgia, 92,670. In Pennsylvania, 209,505. In Michigan, 226,590. And in Arizona, 207,435. Using this calculus, Trump would have won all the key states. And the final electoral vote, 305 to 233.
I think that's closer to what happened.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, man. I believe Trump won all those key states. I believe he did. Like, I also believe this. I think there are other states that we are not looking at that he probably did win. I think he actually did win Nevada too. I believe that.
I don't have enough to say that definitively, but everything is in question. I've heard people even question California.
That part I don't buy. That part I actually think also not just. I think Nevada. I think New Hampshire and Minnesota, and also in Maine too. At least the 2nd congressional district in Maine. My mistake. I think he won all those states, and also possibly Virginia too. I believe that because remember he barely lost Virginia, New Hampshire, Maine, and Nevada and Minnesota in 2016. Barely lost those states. So, yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of that is all in question. And we're seeing this. This was when I first saw this news. Sometimes the news hits and it's instantly, instantly this is a big deal because now a precedent has been set. And a judge did this. And I'm wondering if a lot of people are upset with this judge. I haven't been able to gauge that yet. But I wonder. Yeah, because this judge has opened the door. This judge has opened the door for this type of election fraud to be contested. And the big thing that they were contesting was actually the video. Yeah. They just had one video. I mean, 2,000 mules, there's more than one video. And in this case, there was only one video.
Yeah. I believe the judge said that the absentee ballot was actually far superior, sufficient, I should say, that would have changed the election results. That he concluded that all those ballots that were stuffed, and plus that woman stuffed ballots numerous times. It was in the middle of the night too. Numerous times came back and stuffed ballots into the drop box, and the judge said that would have altered the election results. So. And Carlos told me this. Imagine if there were judges in these swing states and Republican states that would have had a backbone and did what this judge did in 2020.
Yep. The The Republican, well, you have judges who typically you kind of say are Republican, even though it's usually unofficial. They're establishment. Like, for example, Arizona, they're McCain's. Like, they're the McCain type of Republicans that are just a complete separate party from your Kerry Lakes of the world. Let's reset this again. If you're just joining, because this is news out in Connecticut. Why are we talking about news out in Connecticut? A judge ruled on Wednesday to overturn the city's Democratic primary election, initially won by incumbent Joe Ganim, following claims of absentee ballot fraud by his opponent. This is Democrat on Democrat crime. What happened is after this happened, I think Gomez ran as an independent, and they're still doing the election Tuesday.
Is Gomes or Gomez a more moderate than Ganim or Ganim? Is that possible?
It is, but to my knowledge, I did some research on this. It looks like Gomes was actually a former assistant, believe it or not, for Ganim. Yeah, so I don't know if and that doesn't mean that Gomes is not more conservative or neutral, but Gomes is running as an independent in this election, so we know that for sure. Only after the whole primary by the judge even said there's enough to say that it's not legitimate. So what's happening is the judge said we have to do the primary over. But they're still going to go forward with the election this Tuesday.
Wow. So,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but there should be like an investigation then to find out why these people, this lady was stuffing a whole bunch of ballots into a drop box in the middle of the night?
You would wonder. I don't know if there's going to be any other investigation. There's not going to be. I mean, we haven't heard the FBI. They wouldn't announce anything, but I don't think the FBI is getting involved. So there's nothing to do. The question here now is, how do you reset this? Like, can you reset the election if you go forward and you go forward with the actual election of who's going to be mayor? But the judge said we got to redo the primary. They haven't stopped the election, so I don't know what this.
How are you supposed to do that? That doesn't make any sense then.
We're in uncharted waters. I have not seen an answer to this. Maybe I haven't missed. There's a lot of information going on. Let's go through a little bit more after 2 weeks of evidentiary hearings for, I got to find out the right way to pronounce this. I apologize. I'm not prepped on that. Gomez's absentee ballot fraud lawsuit. Judge William Clark ordered a new Democratic primary. That's what we're talking about, based on 180 pieces of evidence. The different pieces of evidence was testimony and other things, but the real shocking one was this video footage. In the 37-page ruling, the judge said the video footage presented by Bill Bloss, Gomez's attorney, was particularly alarming. Mr. Ganim was also correct to be shocked at what he saw on the video clips and evidence that were shown to him while he was on the witness stand. The videos are shocking to the court and should be shocking to all parties. But that's the thing, Ray. We saw videos like this. Here's a video that came out this is an old video from CNN. It was so prevalent that on CNN, they're doing just their normal kind of reporting hit. Look at this. On CNN, we see someone going to the Dropbox and just, it looks like a black woman again. Hard to tell. But
it's true though. Black women stay with Democrats far more than black men.
They're at 94% in some exit polling from 2020, anywhere from 90 to 94%. And I don't know if this is black or not. She looks black to me. I'm not sure.
Pause. Let's see. She looks black to me.
She looks light-skinned black. But let's take a look at this though. So the CNN's just doing a hit. Let's just watch this. Look at this. How crazy, how prevalent it was. Well, I don't even know what years is this? Trump, Biden vie for Ohio. So was that 2020? Wow.
Let me see.
It might be 2020 because he's got the election stuff on the right. Oh my.
And this person has the diaper on their face. So
Yep, that's 2020. You're right. And with diaper, that's it.
I'm standing next to the ballot drop box in Cleveland, Ohio. And I said the purposely because this is the only ballot drop box in Cleveland, Ohio. The only ballot drop box in Cuyahoga County, Ohio. You can see this woman right here casting her vote. Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter? Carter, okay. We don't want to get too personal with people here, but you can see there's actually a traffic.
Oh, you don't want to get too personal. So what happened is the camera turned and panned, and this bitch got like 100 ballots. How many ballots is that? What is she doing? That's not what it's supposed to look like.
That just reminds me of a whole bunch of more footage from 2000 Mules. Like literally a bunch of trucks and showing up in the middle of the night and dropping off ballots. So
what are we doing? What are you doing? So they're doing a live hit, live segment, and she comes up with ballots, and it's.
Is this part of the joke that they're almost admitting it right here, but they're just trying to troll us?
No, this is not
because they know no one's going to do anything about it.
No. I think that's why they're so open about it, because they know no one's going to do about it. This was in Ohio too,
which is a purple state.
Yeah. And so they know no one's going to do anything, but this is CNN. Look, they were actually trying to set it up to say this is the only drop box. There should be more drop boxes in Black Cleveland, Ohio. That's where they were going with this. Listen.
I'm standing next to the ballot drop box in Cleveland, Ohio. And I said the purposely because this is the only ballot drop box in Cleveland, Ohio. The only ballot drop box in Cuyahoga County, Ohio.
You see that? They were trying to go with this is the Black area. This is the only drop box. It's voter, suppression.
So you think this could be fake? Then they just grab some random woman and some random Black woman to do this. Is it possible then?
I don't know how this is. I don't know how this is set up. I don't know what's happening here. But the CNN, from what I see here, all I know is this clip. It looks like CNN wanted to say it's voter suppression. There should be drop boxes at every corner, basically, in these Black areas. And they wanted to say, oh, look, we got a Black one here dropping off ballots. Look.
You can see this woman right here casting her vote.
Casting her vote, singular. He said casting her vote. No, she's casting votes.
Vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter? Carter, okay. We don't want to get too.
And then they turn the corner. She's got I don't know how many ballots in her hand. She looks shady.
Does it almost look like she's trying to speed up a little right here?
Absolutely. She's
because she sees the camera.
Absolutely. That's what it looks like to me. Because look, the camera comes around the corner and then she looks at the camera like, uh-oh. They didn't tell me to look at the camera when I was doing this.
Yeah.
Because they allegedly they could be paying them.
I think something. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, look how quickly the camera pans away. So the camera guy doesn't know how many ballots she has. And then you'll go here, look this. So he pans and then he sees the ballots. He's like, oh shit. Look, he's like, oh shit. And then he pans. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ray.
Me, you, and Carlos got to do a reaction to 2000 Mules. We got to do just like and talk about and do some commentary.
Absolutely, because I haven't seen it in a while, and we're kind of this perfect time to do it. We just need to set it up. That was a great documentary. The Police State one. There was just the premiere for Police State. What?
Yeah,
yes.
Today at Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, was it today?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's the new one.
Because Brandon Dilly posted about it.
Yep. Yeah, I saw Brandon Dilly posting about that, and it's very fitting with what's going on in Connecticut now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So, do you think they've been doing this for a long time and no one just noticed it? Like even before 2020, and that we just finally caught on?
I think they have in states that have been doing mail-in ballots. I think they might have been. I don't have any proof of that. But I think this was new to areas like Philadelphia. This was new to the COVID. Once COVID came in, it gave the excuse. I mean, this is all looks like it's all planned out to do the same thing that because Colorado's had mail-in, for a while, Dropbox and all that.
You even
But
said you did it in 2022. So
yeah. But but look at you did the Zucker Bucks got involved, and then he did his own Dropboxes. So that's all coordinated, planned out, obvious to say, hey, let's use these Dropboxes. This is the way to go. And I still didn't get the video for the other one. They made it kind of hard to find. But let me go to this dude.
Yeah, and they went, and don't forget, when in 2020 they went past the state and they went past Congress, both Congress and the state legislators to do all this widespread mail-in voting thing, and Congress nor the state legislators approved of this. That was illegal. They could not do that, but they still did it anyway.
Yep, and that's why, at least in Wisconsin, I believe the Supreme Court agreed, and I don't know if it's all drop boxes, but it is now, I believe, illegal in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Here is the video it's Bridgeport, just to make sure I'm right here, from, I believe it's from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Here's the video of the woman. So the woman is multiple times going to these the Dropbox, and you're gonna see her go in and doing exactly what you saw in that CNN clip that the cameraman panned away from quickly, because the cameraman quickly saw, wait a second, that's too many ballots for it to make any goddamn sense. So then now take a look. Here she goes. Looks like 50. Like 50 to 100. I mean, this is a lot of ballots.
This was 5:42 in the morning.
Yep.
Holy shoot.
Yep.
Yeah. All these ballots just suddenly appeared in the middle of nowhere. We
Yep.
all thought the election was going to go a certain way. Then all of a sudden, when we woke up,
yep.
Yeah.
And this is a woman in Connecticut. And so you see, the first time she goes to the Dropbox for multiple illegal absentee ballots being deposited was 5:42. She walks away. I don't know where she's going. I don't know if she's just trying to break it up to make it look like she's a different person or something. And then she just turns back around. She's got a bag of them. She's got a whole bag of them. So she comes back a minute later, does it again. Then she leaves. Then she makes her third deposit. This was on, I don't know if this is the same day. So there's this is the next day. Oh, no, this is the same day, I think. 6:38 a.m., she comes back, does it again, and then you're going to see her bring in, I think this is it, where she brings somebody else in. So this is her workstation. She's prepping another deposit. She's prepping more ballots, yo. On video. We've seen what she's doing, yo. And then she doesn't want to be on camera because she knows there's camera out there. So she gets a black dude to do it. This time she sends an employee. God. So she gave him the ballots, and she wanted to make sure it was done. So she watched him. Mm-hmm. So she's right there watching him in the corner.
How dumb do you have to be?
They know. It's like, they're like, wait, this is what we do now.
So what I want to know is this. Where do they get the ballots from? I want to know that.
I don't know the full details of it. I'll have to look at it. I mean, in a state like California, it's easy. They don't count the ballots; they just print them.
And in 2,000 Mules, it was shown that they got where the ballots came from. The Mules got the ballots from Democratic nonprofits. So, and where did they get the ballots from? So,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's why Mark Fincham his idea was each ballot should have like a serial number on it. So there's a finite amount of ballots. Because right now we don't know how many ballots are out there for many states. Mm-hmm. We don't know the total number. So that's why it just, they're guessing on these projections during election night, and then you can flood in thousands of ballots via truck or whatever. They're just taking them out of anywhere. And then once you get them scanned and through, you're done. Because the audits, the recounts don't audit anything. So if you've got illegal, unconstitutional ballots, really the debate is about, is a ballot unconstitutional or not? If you have an unconstitutional ballot that's already been counted, when they do a recount, they just count it again. So that a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah. And this is the same stuff Trump was talking about during 2020. After, when he was doing all these cases, this is what he was talking about. And they just got almost all of them got dismissed on the standing. Only maybe a couple of them were on merits, but during the merit ones, they weren't. Trump's people weren't being specific. Some of them, I think they had stuff. They just didn't have the right representation of it. That's the way I view it.
Yep. And so that's what, and then after the election, they go after Trump this is the wrap-up smear. This is the Nancy Pelosi wrap-up smear. So you go after them after the ballot harvesting stuff. Fulton County, one of the dirtiest counties in the country. Corrupt, rigged the election, a county, Fulton County. They go after Donald Trump. Why? So now you can say, hey, Donald Trump, look, they got all these counts against him. Obviously, he was wrong. Obviously, all these people lied.
Mm-hmm. So, who knows, man? What's happening now? It's just gonna. If they were able to get away with this in 2020, and they got away with it against Kerry Lake in 2022, what makes you think they're not going to try it again in 2024? And also, they're trying it right here in 2023, so almost certainly they're going to try it again in 2024. Almost certainly.
I don't know what's going to happen, but there's nothing to lead me to believe that it won't happen again. There's nothing that anyone can say right now. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it doesn't happen on the same scale. Maybe they have something in the works that we didn't know about. FTX, they just found Sam Bankman-Fried guilty today, I believe. And that whole thing, underlining that whole thing, was funding the mules and all that. Mm-hmm. Funding that they stole money from people to fund, in part at least, the ballot operation in 2020, 2022. Who knew? We didn't know. So what's the next thing? They're always ahead of the game.
Well, you remember during the midterms, in the 2022 midterms, the DOJ was actually targeting people who were just monitoring drop boxes.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I remember that. It's a way to chill. I don't know if that's free speech, but chill anybody who's trying to expose things. So yeah, I agree. That's crazy.
Now, I'm not sure you should be showing up in your military gear, cleaning your shotgun with your guns there. I'm not 100% sure you should be doing that, but people should at least be able to just sit there and just watch and see if anything goes on.
Yeah, I agree. When you gotta be careful when you're brandishing a weapon is different than your Second Amendment right. So you're absolutely right with that. If you're threatening with the weapon, you do not have a constitutional right to do that.
I've thought about actually going downtown and just monitoring just watching the drop box in my city. I've thought about it.
Yeah, over by me, there's a guy who has an RV, and I noticed that by the drop box by me, and he's just there in the RV in the parking lot,
and he's just watching.
Yeah, who knows? He might be a Fed, but I think it's a patriot. Is what the impression that I get.
You should probably just when you have some time, just drop right there for like an hour or two and just watch and see if anything happens.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's something to watch, especially in 2024, because people are really going to be coming out for that if we have an election. I mean, yeah. Oh, so you see, Boring Life says they will cheat differently, so he's going on that route, and I kind of lean towards that. They're always ahead of the game. They're going to be on a new game, and I don't know. Maybe I'm being alarmist, but I feel like war might have something to do with their next one.
Well, did you hear? I forgot what the full name of the guy in Pennsylvania is. The governor Shapiro. I forgot what his first name is.
Josh, I believe.
Josh Shapiro. Yeah, he actually said that everyone in the state is immediately registered to vote. He literally
Yeah,
said
you're
that.
right.
So,
I did see that. Yep.
and yes, and people. He says everyone in the state. Does that also mean illegals too?
See, so they never. So here's what they do. They never include illegals, but they make it really easy to accidentally include illegals. And here's where it comes down to. George Soros knows it. George Soros has been taking advantage of it. It all comes down to the prosecutor, the state prosecutor. So who's the state AG?
I don't know actually.
I'll look that up real quick. And so if the state AG is not somebody who's going to prosecute any of this, then it's all legal. Even though it's illegal on the books, it's legal. So the state attorney general is Michelle Henry. I've never heard of her.
Like, remember HR 1? Remember when they tried to pass that? Literally in the bill, it literally said anyone who comes into contact with the government is immediately registered to vote. Illegals come into contact with the government at the border all the time. So you're immediately going to just register them?
Yep. So they tried to say that there's language in there and say that, no, we don't want illegals to vote, but they put up and set it up. So what they say is different than what happens in practice. And if you look in Pennsylvania, they have a Democratic state AG. So who's going to stop? If illegals did vote, who was going to prosecute it? Who's going to stop it? I mean, you can look at the Secretary of State too. I don't know who that is, but if they are not interested in, and it doesn't matter, you would still have to prosecute that, to my knowledge. Yeah. But
unless another state wants to try another Texas v. Pennsylvania thing, where a certain state just tries to sue another state for doing some shady stuff. But then again, will the Supreme Court just throw it out like Texas v. Pennsylvania?
Yeah. So then you have nothing there. So that's why I said, I mean, all roads. I hate to say it. I mean. All roads lead down to we got to break away.
Well, yeah, like my state AG, she's actually extremely pro-Trump. She's the full-on MAGA. Like she's actually fully endorsed him. And you know something funny? There's not nearly that many leftists attacking her. It's DeSantis supporters that are attacking her on social media all the time.
Ooh, the DeSantis stuff.
Yeah, you want to see? You gotta check. I'll show you a couple. Like they're literally attacking her all the time. So literally in every little post she does on Twitter, it's nothing but DeSantis supporters all posting all this random stuff. So yeah,
let's cover that. If you have something, bring it up. Let me look up who. I don't even know who it is. Your state attorney general in Iowa.
Brenna Bird. I have her Twitter right up here. You should follow her. She's very MAGA.
Okay.
Yeah. I have it right up here.
That's great. Oh, let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually like her. And you know something? Before the midterms, Iowa had a Democratic attorney general for 30 plus years. The same guy for 30 plus years. And she barely won, but she still beat him though. So yeah.
Big deal. Big deal, man.
But maybe 1 or 2%. So
wow.
Right here. She says this right here. She says, Iowans are fired up to put President Donald J. Trump back into the White House. We're going to keep up the hand and work and make these polls a reality on January 15th. You know me, I don't trust polls. I don't trust them at all because polls to me are nonsense. Just look at what happened to Carrie Lake. But still, though, I think she has a right to just say this, just to just go along with this if she wants to. But yeah, look at this. All the DeSantis, Barton Bella actually commented on it. So
friend of the show, no diss. What's up, Bart? She's not in the chat, I don't think. But what's up, Barton Bella?
I actually wasn't aware of this one. I did not notice this. So yeah. So,
she is a DeSantis supporter who, just to be clear, I really like. She's very, she defends DeSantis, but she's very respectful. There's no beef there.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know she commented on this. So, but yeah. 2 of them actually. So who knows? So yeah. But oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, do you want to transition to the DeSantis clip? Did you see that clip from today?
Where he says President Trump should not be the VP. I mean, be the nominee if he's convicted. Yeah, in a second we can.
Okay, yeah, keep going. I got that ready whenever you're ready to transition to that. But that's a dope pick. That's Iowa's Trump. That's dope.
Yeah, I love this one.
That's dope.
Yeah, but look at all these DeSantis supporters right here. Brian Atson says Donald Trump isn't winning Iowa. He isn't even winning the GOP primary. Time to dump the loser in the false narrative. So yeah, and look at some of these. An attorney supporting a criminal doesn't make sense to most Iowans. It's very funny. Yeah, wrong. Look at all these guys.
Wow.
These are all DeSantis supporters.
Because they have the alligator in their sign. That's the DeSantis sign, right?
Oh yeah,
the alligator.
DeSantis supporters have been have attacked me and also Hike for a little bit too. I'm not sure. I don't think I told you that.
I've gotten into it with them too.
They attacked me because I just commented on one of their guys' posts, and they all grouped up on me. So
it's funny because I'm not voting for Trump, but the Dilley team, I've had no problems interacting with them. I'm not voting for Trump, but the DeSantis team, I've got, and I have no, if you want to go back and forth, I have no problem with that. But it's interesting, isn't it? I'm not voting for Trump. You would think the Dilley team would be firing at me more. I mean, not that I'm important or anything, but when I comment, they don't even really come at me like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's one comment right here, real quick. Where is it? I remember. Where is it? There was one big one. Something about they were saying like we are all in a cult or something. Basically, all the polls. I forgot where it is, but yeah, they just attacked her. So yeah, but this one was fun. What?
No, I was just I saw Boring Life say, "What's up, Jordan Lott?" I saw Boring Life said he's gotten into it with Let's Be Frank. So hopefully it's all mended. That's a great friend of the show. We are on opposite sides. Let's Be Frank is a DeSantis guy, but I don't want this thing falling apart unnecessarily with good people like Frank is great.
Yeah. And also, that main tweet I have pinned on my Twitter, the one where I said I think we should make Trump king of America.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of there were DeSantis supporters that said things like, that's
triggering. That's going to trigger them.
Like this guy says, "Oh, you crazy," or this one guy down here says, "This is a parody account, right? Please tell us it is." So yeah. Yeah, or let me see. There was one other one. They did some reposts. This one right here. This guy, I'm actually retweeted it and said, "These people are insane." So yeah.
Look. But that's you want the engagement though too. So I mean, at least I can't speak for you, but I'm not just going for engagement. But if you state your statement and you get some engagement, that's good. I like that.
But like I said, I think we really shouldn't make Trump king, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're not compromising your beliefs there. Yeah, I've heard that take. For those who haven't heard the take, what is the take, Ray, about this Trump king stuff? Just to be clear, that's not my take.
Like what I said is this. I'll pull the tweet up right here and I'll say it. Let me pull it up.
Yep.
I'll say and I quote what I said. I honestly think we should turn America into a Christian nationalist country and then make Trump king. Like we still have our freedoms, but we truly worship God and we just have Trump as the true leader of America.
I like it. It's well laid out. But what do you mean by that though? We still have our freedoms, but Trump being king. I'm just asking you so you can explain it more.
What I mean is keep everything like it is. Just make Trump the permanent president, pretty much. Keep all the other sections of government. Just make Trump pretty much the permanent president. That's why I was getting into some conversations with some people, and I told them, well, there's a reason there's multiple branches of government. That's to check the president. So that's why I said keep everything else there.
Yep. I like it. That's the definition of a hot take. Yeah. It stays true to who you are. I mean, that's a perfect tweet. I mean, that's a perfect post on X to me.
Yeah. Sal agreed with me. He agreed that we should do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Carlos said he has some questions about that of how it would be implemented.
Carlos is being nice, I think. Yeah, Carlos is like, I got a couple questions first.
but Sal completely agrees with me on it. So
yeah. I just like it. It's a great take. It makes you think.
Well,
it's fun. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Like you can have fun with it. It is true to who you are. It triggers people, but it's a perfect. That right there is the perfect post on X.
You know what? I'm almost starting to love triggering DeSantis supporters more than leftists. Almost.
Well, I don't really get into the trigger game, but I like people obviously who do, like yourself and memesters and stuff. I can fully understand the DeSantis people. They're a different party. So you have the Republican Party, the old guard of the Mitch McConnells and all that. Now you have Ron DeSantis. You know what Ron DeSantis really is? He's a continuation of the Young Guns. He's a continuation of Kevin McCarthy, Paul Ryan, Eric Cantor, George Bush, Jeb Bush. Now policy-wise, he might be a little bit different, but he is a continuation of that group, especially Jeb Bush. Yeah. He's a continuation of all those guys. And then now you have the corporate Republicans, then you have the DeSantis Republicans, the Young Guns, then you have MAGA, but then MAGA splitting up to me into two different things. So you got a lot going on the Republican side.
Yeah, you got to retweet that as a joke, man. Like, and put some weird caption in it on Twitter. So yeah, that post.
I will retweet it right now because I'll retweet it.
Like, put some caption right there. Something hilarious.
I'm not really, I can't always come up with something funny, but I'll give you my honest take on it. This is the perfect post on X. That's what I'm gonna quote tweet it. So what that does is it gives you a chance to retweet my quote tweet.
Yep.
So I'm gonna quote tweet it and say this is the perfect post on X.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put that in there because it's funny, triggers people, and makes for great discussion. I think people take X a little bit too seriously at times.
Yeah. Like, you know how I came to how I first thought about the idea of making Trump king?
Mm-hmm.
That guy that wore the guy that wore the shirt that said "niggas for Trump." He literally, he said, "I think we should make Trump king."
You're right. That's where it was. I knew I'd heard that from somewhere.
That's where I got the idea from. And then also talking more with Steven about how we should modify some stuff in the government. I go like somewhere in the middle of that. We're like Steven and might be wrong and a few others. We're talking about how we should probably have a Christian king. Trump is I've said this. Trump is not religious, but he's the most pro-Christianity president in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's why I said make Trump king. He's the most pro-Christianity president, and so yeah. But we still keep pretty much most of what the government beforehand. But we also turn the country into a Christian nationalist country, though. We truly worship God.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just to be clear, that I'm separate from that, but that is Nick Fuentes would agree with that. Probably Stephen Ignoramus would. Those people, and obviously I'm very friendly to those ideas. Let's look at the DeSantis clip. This is the clip. If you want to know, I think this is the official end. We're going to play it 1 minute, 39 seconds. This is the official end of Ron DeSantis's political career.
And I just love how the Dilly meme team has just been making jokes about his heels. It's so hilarious, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, you should follow my state's attorney general, Brenna Bird, if you haven't. Yeah, because she's very pro MAGA, she's a huge Trump supporter too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna follow her.
And you did say, Governor, at that August debate when the question was put to the entire panel, if Donald Trump is convicted, will you still, and he is the nominee, would you still support him? And you raised your hand. You're a lawyer. You've served in the Navy. You were well trained at the greatest schools. Do you really believe that a man who's convicted of, say, attempting to overturn the 2020 election or taking nuclear secrets back to his beach club, do you actually still, as we sit here today, believe that person should be president?
So I signed a pledge, Willie, and that pledge is what it is. Now, do I think somebody under those circumstances could get elected president? The answer is no. That will not happen. I think that Republican voters will understand that as we get closer to voting. But it would be fatal in a general election. And I don't think the party should nominate in that situation. However, I signed the pledge. I'm a Republican. I don't think it's going to come to that, and I think we'll get the job done like we need to. But the reality is I signed it, and that's what I did.
So you stand by that this morning?
Yeah, when I signed the pledge, I knew you never know what's going to happen. It's a crazy process. People make different decisions, and I think my point of view on it was, I'm participating in this process. I've got the plan to win. We're going to win. At the same time, it's like you can't just take your ball and go home. You can't, on the one side of your mouth, say the country's in decline, Biden's failing, and on the other hand, say, I'm just going to pout if things don't go my way. So that was kind of my rationale for doing it.
So Ray, what are your thoughts there?
Well, my quick thing is he also said Trump. He actually said Biden's my mistake. He also said at the debate that Pence did the right thing by actually certifying the election. Okay, why after the election did he change the Florida voting laws to make it more secure? So, because that at the very least shows that he had questions about the election. At the very least. Yeah. But,
yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say the overturning of the election part. So Ron DeSantis didn't push back on any of that. He didn't push back on any of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the overturning the election, that is not a legal term. So you've got Willie Geist just spewing complete nonsense on there, and Ron DeSantis does not push back at all.
Mm-hmm. He literally said that Trump should not be the nominee if he's convicted, which he's almost certainly going to get convicted of something. They're going to get something, and plus all these charges that they're putting on Trump, all of them are bullcrap. Every single one of them. Not one of these charges is legitimate. Not even the Mar-a-Lago ones, in my view, because he's protected under the Presidential Records Act. And plus, the documents that were put in his boxes, he wasn't the person that put that in there. So it was one of his staffers that put it in the boxes and just put it on his plane and took it to Mar-a-Lago. So he didn't know about it. He did not know.
Yeah, that's not even. Yeah, that's the president. See, the problem with the records is that people are conflating what a president can or can't do. We have to have some type of moral foundation together as a country to transfer power, because when the president is the president, there is no document that is classified to the president. Let me repeat that one more time. It is very simple. So while somebody is president, it is impossible to have documents that are classified beyond their reach. All classifications of documents are born from the power of the president. So you see the problem that shows with the transition of power when you have a society that is broken into two. The problem that poses is that he can take whatever documents he wants as he's president the day that he's leaving office. Mm-hmm. And he can take those documents. You can have a debate and say, well, you know what, Mr. President, that's what the Presidential Record Act comes in, and say, you know what, Mr. President, we actually think we want those documents back from you. That is a debate that's completely separate from any other charges. So they took a misconstruing of that to raid his place and then to put these charges on top of it. So that it's all poisonous. It's all fruit from a poisonous tree.
Yeah, because like I said, he is protected under the Presidential Records Act. He's allowed to have the records with him, but the ones that because the reason he took them with him was because one of his staffers put them in the boxes.
But he can take any records he wants. See, this is what people don't talk about. It doesn't matter if they're he's talking about nuclear secrets. We don't know. They're all.
I don't buy that.
I know.
don't buy that.
They're all hidden, so we don't know what it is because it's all classified. He can take any document he wants. Period. And he doesn't. There is no process. There's no process. It would be like to say that the president has to go through a process to declassify something would be like saying that you need to go through a process to declassify your own bank records. They're my bank records. I don't need to declassify them with anybody. I don't need to say, hey, I'm declassifying these and taking them. They're mine. That's how asinine it is. And nobody's saying that.
Unless it's the JFK papers. That's the only exception, so.
Wait, you're just making a joke there.
Well, it's true though. No president can release that. So
no. Wait, why? Oh well,
because the JFK papers about his assassination.
Yeah.
No one, I guarantee, no president can ever release the fully unredacted ones. I'm almost certain of that.
Well, see, no, releasing is different.
Because of their safety.
Well, I guess you could release it.
Because of their safety, I'm almost certain if that information got out to the public, that the president and his family lives would be in serious danger.
Yes, but I think in theory you could. I think in theory you could.
Yes,
I don't see any reason why a president couldn't. I mean, that's why Trump was supposed to did Trump declassify? Who declassified this recent JFK stuff? Was that Trump or Biden?
Trump did some of them, and
Okay.
Biden has done some too.
Okay.
But there's still other stuff that has not been declassified.
But they can take those records.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now let's talk about Biden real quick though.
But I was going to
yeah.
one more thing.
Mhm, yeah.
But the records from every JFK paper, all the papers that have been released, all of them have redacted stuff. Like there's lines missing. There's stuff blacked out in ink, so you can't see what it actually says. There's missing paragraphs, so there's clearly some stuff that they're trying to hide right there. The stuff that someone does not want getting out.
Yes, clearly. And that's what it is. It's a play of the deep state, administrative state. They're two different things in my opinion. Administrative state and deep state trying to make sure that they control the flow of information. Because the president is elected by the people. So the president can say, well, the people want Julian Assange's pardon. The people want these documents unclassified and free for everyone to see. The people want it, so I'm going to do that. The deep state's like, no, we run this stuff. Boring Life, great comments here, says DeSantis was also the opposite of eloquent. Why was he so stuttery and nervous here? Let's look at this again. I like to look at clips again.
So,
why was he so kind of awkward here?
Yeah. Does this almost seem rehearsed? Almost.
He was too rehearsed. I agree. I think it seems rehearsed, but look how uncomfortable he is.
Hey, Governor, at that.
And then Boring Life's other comment is zero personality, opposite of Trump, but that's the fingerprint of the deep state. He stinks like the deep state. I mean, he just does. I don't know if he is or not.
August debate when the question was put to the entire panel, if Donald Trump is convicted, will you still, and he is the nominee, would you still support him? And you raised your hand.
So look at his body language. He's uncomfortable. You see this? So see, he's fine now. He's trying, you got to listen, you got to be on. So he's listening to the question. And when he knows where the question is going, you'll look at all these interviews, and it's me too, anybody, where you know where somebody's going with the question, then you're already thinking of the answer. So Willie Geist on the left is saying, you endorsed, you promised.
The entire panel.
It's this stupid pledge. Chris Christie took it too. And he's like, I did it, but I'm not going to do it. But the RNC requires you to support whoever the nominee is.
Well, if Donald Trump is convicted, will you still, and he is the nominee, would you still support him? And you raised your hand.
You see that? Once he finds out, all the rest of it was just goggly goop from Willie Geist. You promised to endorse the nominee, and what if Donald Trump is convicted? That's when his body language got squirmy. Why would you get squirmy? I would get squirmy to be hyped to, like, let's argue, like Carrie Lake. Remember, Carrie Lake went up with Brett Baer about it.
Yeah.
So Ron DeSantis is squirmy because he knows it's BS, but this is just allegedly, but he can't say it.
Like Boring Life said, zero personality. I commented this on one of the DeSantis supporters' comments on Twitter. I told him, maybe if you elected, maybe if you tried getting someone that had charisma like Trump does, then you would have a chance of like overcoming a lot of adversities. And they said, well, why are you guys choosing charisma over actually winning? And I told them this: DeSantis would have lost a drug addict in Andrew Gillum if it wasn't for Trump. But then they all came back and said this: well, Trump endorsing DeSantis hurt him because DeSantis would have beaten Gillum by a lot more if Trump hadn't endorsed him. because they showed poll, and I'm not joking about this. They showed me polls that said that people voted against DeSantis because Trump endorsed him. Look, polls are bull crap. There's no meaning to polls. I don't know why anyone even believes what a poll says. It makes no sense. Polls. I actually went over this with Broken Traditions the other day when he was on my show. I told him, like, whenever they do these polls, they never say whether they get them from the cities or the rural areas. And even if they do get them from the cities, they never say where specifically in the cities, because even in cities, there are neighborhoods that are slightly more conservative than the rest of the city is. Slightly more. So where do they get these polls from? They never clarify. They never do.
Yep, because they can tweak the assumptions. They can tweak it and say, oh, if we want Trump to be up 46, or if we want DeSantis to be closer, or Nikki Haley to be better, all you have to do is sample people from a different area, and you'll tweak the results. And it's just another mode of propaganda. You're absolutely right.
That's why I don't believe polls. I will never trust another poll.
Don't trust them at all.
And you raised your hand. You're a lawyer. You've served in
So now he's settled back in. He already knows his answer. So he settled back in.
the Navy. You were well
Is he looking
trained
at
at
a
the great.
prompter?
No, he's looking at the camera. He's trained to look directly. He's practiced on looking directly at the camera is what it is. I think it shows honesty is what it is. He's got, I don't know what it is. He's got this resting bitch face thing though. I don't know, like, I don't know. There's something off there.
Greatest schools.
Why can't he have Trump's face?
I don't know, but he looked better on Patrick Bet-David's show. He actually did really well on that. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I saw it, but he was being arrogant when he said the same thing I just said. He said he would have beaten Gillum regardless if Trump hadn't endorsed him. I
disagree, but I don't have a problem with him trying to defend himself.
That is complete bull crap.
I agree.
And deep down, he knows that.
I agree. He was struggling. Yeah.
He would have lost. He wouldn't have even made it through the primary first if it wasn't for Trump. He went and begged Trump to help him. He basically got on his knees. Well, I don't know if he did that literally, but the basic idea though, he went and begged Trump for help, and that's how he was able to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He doesn't look right here.
You really believe that a man who's convicted of he
already has an
attempting
answer
to overturn the 2020 election or taking nuclear secrets.
Now he already has an answer. But so why doesn't it come out? The easy answer here to me is, wait a second, Willie. These charges are complete made up nonsense. You know who's charging him, Willie? The guy he's running, the guy he's going to run against is charging him with these charges that they could have brought up years ago. Now they're bringing up now to interfere with the election. We have not proven anything about 2020. You know, Carrie Lake would have went through all that. That's why they would never have Carrie Lake on. They wouldn't even have her on. So Ron DeSantis can come on because he does this. And then his answer is so squirmy.
Back to his beach club. Do you actually still, as we sit here today, believe that person should be president?
So I signed a pledge, Willie, and that pledge is what it is. Now, do I think somebody under those circumstances could get elected president?
What does that mean? That's a bad answer. So if you're going to say I stand on the pledge, my word is my bond. I stand on what I said. Say it confidently. Say it like my word is my word. First of all, that's just the way the RNCs, if you want to go that route, that's not my take, but if you want to go that route, the RNC set it up like this. My word is my bond. I'm not going to be like Chris Christie, who signed it and then said after he signed it, I'm not going to abide by it because he's a sleazy scumbag. That's what I would have went with if I was going to go that route. It's a much better way to present it than he did. That's why Boring Life was like, what is going on? Like, his answer isn't even eloquent.
President, the answer is no.
So then let me bring it back again here. We're gonna do a little dissect. Once the last dissect of this.
The answer is no.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What was his answer? No.
Willie, and that pledge is what it is. Now, do I think somebody under those circumstances could get elected president?
So I don't like that. So now he says he didn't really say anything bad yet. He said, do I think somebody could elect it? Well, it's bad because he didn't push back, but let's forget about that. He didn't say anything bad yet. He said, oh, if somebody's convicted, could they get elected? I don't think so. That's not the good. I think Vivek says this. He says, I want to beat Trump straight up without Joe Biden interfering. The charges are garbage. So no, if Trump is convicted, I want him to be still in there. And you know what, Willie, we've got bigger problems as a country. But as far as the presidential race goes, I want to go heads up with the big dog and beat him without this interference.
Yeah. And speaking of Vivek, all the DeSantis supporters attack him as well. They attack Trump and Vivek. Basically, it seems like they're attacking people who are anti-establishment. So they're almost admitting that they're establishment themselves. So
yes, and I don't. This is not a black pill to me, and the responsibility to be optimistic, which is the white pill, pessimistic is black pill. The responsibility to be optimistic is on every one of us. We can look at every single thing. The glass could be empty, and the optimistic thing is we know where the water is. Let's go get it. So I don't mean this to be pessimistic, but there's no way Trump can win like this if you don't get the DeSantis voters on him, back with him afterwards.
Well, I said this: Biden will. There's no chance Biden will lose, no matter what. I've even said, because I think I told Broken Traditions this as well. I think we all pretty much live in echo chambers as it is. Not just people like us, but even like leftists that don't even like Biden. I think they're in echo chambers themselves because we're only going by like a few people here and there, really. Like because the vast majority of people actually like Biden. The vast majority, because especially my generation, they love him to pieces. And like that's why I said I don't trust polls. Because Biden is extremely popular, and we just don't want to admit it because deep down it's true. And like I said, I don't like it, but it is. And I even said this: no matter who it is, Biden will not lose to them. I even said this: you could literally have Abraham Lincoln, and Biden would still not lose, literally, because he's that popular.
I think that's a base take. I haven't heard a lot of people. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say the take like you just said it there. So I like that because that's why I mess with Ray Studios. I don't like people who have takes that are just, it sounds like they're somebody else's take. I think you're absolutely right. I don't believe the polls. You know why people are with Biden? Because they're told to. Why are they saying I stand with Israel? And why are they saying I stand with Ukraine? And you can say you stand with these things if you can, like you, Ray, you can defend your point. These NPCs can't defend their point. So why do they say it? Because they're adhering to somebody else. And I think it's the same thing. I don't think they're calculating Biden's numbers right. I agree.
Like I said, I think because the people think outside of us in our echo chambers, he's extremely popular. I don't want to admit it, but he is. That's why I've also said I think he's going to win Texas in 2024. I truly believe that.
I wouldn't go that far, but I understand the sentiment. We talked about that in a previous live. I understand that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me continue this DeSantis clip.
The answer is no. That will not happen. I think that Republican voters will understand that as we get closer to voting. But it would be fatal in a general election. And I don't think the party should.
So, see, he was fine up until this point. Even not fine, but it wouldn't have gone viral. And I wouldn't have said his career is over until he said this.
General election. And I don't think the party should nominate in that situation.
Why would you say you don't think the party should nominate in that situation? He should be saying, I want to beat Donald Trump. He's not saying that. That's why I said he's saying he is rooting for Donald Trump to get convicted, so he's not the nominee. That's my opinion here. That's why else would you even say something like this?
Yeah.
He should have been saying, "I'll beat Donald Trump either way," or he should be talking about how he's the right one.
Nominate,
Yeah.
in that
And also,
Yeah, I think that's it on that.
and like us being in echo chambers, I'll even say this: like the reason DeSantis won so bigly in Florida in 2022, there was two things that happened. One, so many people moved there, so many, like it just overwhelmingly tipped the balance in his favor.
Yep.
Like even like during our live during the midterms, Black Pegasus even said it. That's where all the patriots are. That's actually helped why Fetterbutt actually won in Pennsylvania, because a lot of people left that area and moved down to Florida. And also because he actually, and this actually is a positive right here, he changed the election laws to actually help to actually make them more secure, which I applaud him for that. But like those are the two reasons why it worked in his favor.
Yep, I agree. I agree completely on that.
Yeah, like still though, man. Like I don't know if I'm taking the black pill too much, but I'm sorry, man. I don't see anything good happening. I truly don't. Like he even said this. Ted Cruz will. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah, I thought you couldn't hear me right there for a second.
Oh no, you're good.
But I've said this. I think Ted Cruz will also lose his Senate seat in Texas in 2024. I believe he will. Because Texas, it's no longer a red state. It's definitely a purple state right now. And plus he's extremely unpopular there. So and plus he's not even doing any campaigning right now. When he should be doing campaigning like every single weekend, really. And he's not. He's just sitting back in DC doing whatever he's doing. So
let's look at a little bit of a throwback. I would say this is a white pill. We're going to a throwback Trump 2013, just a random clip. At this point, Ray and I have not talked about this before. Just keep that in mind. 1 minute clip. Donald Trump from 2013 via the homie Mays.
Larry, I have a great business. I love doing it. It's my passion. It's my pride. look at buildings like this. I mean, I do it really well. Nobody does it better. I just bought Doral in Miami recently. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, really? I MC the opening of Doral.
Well, it's 800 acres in Miami and the old post office on Pennsylvania Avenue, which we're building. So many different things we're doing. They're so excited. The Apprentice continues to be great.
So you don't want to run for it?
Well, I'd rather not, but I also want this country to be great again. And this country is not. It's going the wrong direction.
So why not run? I'll tell you something.
I'll see what
happens.
Honestly,
you've had all these business successes. What more do you need?
I understand that. I'll see what happens. First of all, you have an election coming up in 2014, which we'll see. And I'm going to help some people that are good people.
Both parties?
Probably not, to be honest. I have a pretty conservative view on things, and probably not. But I'll be helping some people, and we'll see after 2014, and I'll make a decision.
Man, that's a vintage.
I've never seen that clip before. I never have.
Neither have I. Mays is the homie. If you don't follow Mays,
Larry, I have a great business.
If you don't follow this account right here, Maysmore, Mazemoore, that is one of the best accounts on X. Yeah. He just has a good memory. I asked him, where do you get the clips from? Like, are you searching like a library? No, he just remembers these clips from years ago, and I don't know where he gets them from, but he can go get them.
Oh, they're talking about Kennedy in the chat. You mind if we talk a little bit about him too?
Let's go. Yeah. What's up with Kennedy?
What I wanted to, I don't think me and you have actually talked about this, but who do you think he'll take more votes away from, Trump or Biden? I haven't asked you that. I really would like to get your opinion on that.
I'm not 100% certain on this, but I would say that he's taking more from Biden. I don't think he's going to take more from Trump. I mean, Kennedy is not. I don't see the overlap there from Trump supporters to what Trump supporters really liked about Kennedy is that he was going to take votes from Biden. I think that's what they really liked. I don't know if you saw the Dilly meme team's been kind of dabbling their toes in the water of kind of going ham on this dude.
Oh yeah.
He's not taking votes from Trump. But that does show they're scared of it though.
He's going to take votes from both of them. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But it depends on who he'll take more from.
More from Biden. I think so. If he could, but Joshua Smith was on Timcast today. He was saying that it's going to take millions for RFK. He does have a lot of money for RFKJ to get on the ballot, the independent on every state. He doesn't even know if he'll do it, but
you know how rich the Kennedys are.
I know.
Man.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right. So you're right. That shouldn't be a problem. But
also because you know how you know how opinion on the Kennedys as a family. So
Yeah, no, good point.
They're high up on the food chain. We'll just say that
Money ain't gonna be a problem.
you can go you can go check some of our previous videos and you'll see what I'm referring to.
That was a good. I like that. We had controversial in the chat on that live, but I love that live. But yeah, you're right. That money's not a point. Let me take. Well, I don't take that back, but let me correct that.
What about Cornel West?
I don't know what he's gonna do, man. His campaign's a mess. Is he on the ballot on any state right now? I don't think he is. He was on the ballot before, and then he.
But how does you have Kennedy as an independent, you have Cornel West as an independent because he dropped away from the Green Party. Then you have Dr. Shiva Aidore. Is that how you say his name?
Perfect.
How are you gonna have 3 independents on the ballot? That doesn't make any sense.
We can have as many as independents as you want, but I think Cornel West would take away from Biden. Obviously, he's not taking anything from Trump. He's a race identifier. You know, he's a identitarian. So, and I like him in a way, but he hasn't run a good campaign. His campaigns have been in a mess of fluctuation, and he's kind of divided people. Like somebody like Jimmy Dore, who's really been on his side, he can't even get Jimmy Dore on his side. So I don't even know how you can get anybody else on your side. You can't even get your homie, somewhat homie Jimmy Dore on your side. Even the Revolutionary Black Network kind of fell off with him because he hired Peter Dow, I believe his name is, a corporate dude who kind of went populist.
Even I follow him on Twitter. A bunch of people are comment on a bunch of his posts all the time by saying like, drop out now because you're helping Trump beat Biden. So even his own people are turning against him. So
Yep. So Cornel West is he speaks in too many generalities as for me as well. He's too general, too vague with his speech. RFK doesn't have enough solutions for me. He can identify problems, but he is not good with the solution. So I have a problem there. Donald Trump has been releasing videos with his solutions
all the time.
On the low. Donald Trump has been doing that.
Have I talked about on your show yet that I actually went to his rally a few weeks ago?
Yeah. Let's reset it.
I actually got some videos from there. A couple. Of them.
Yeah. Bring them up. I haven't seen it.
I actually interviewed a couple people too. One of them I posted on Twitter. The other one I haven't yet because there was some error questions. It just wouldn't let me because like the system wasn't working that well. So I'll probably post that again eventually. But yeah. I was actually Trump did a rally in my city a few weeks ago, and I went to it. Well, actually, almost a month now, and it was flipping amazing, man. Flipping amazing. Just seeing him in person is altogether a very different experience. It is. So yeah. Let me pull that one video up. Let me find it.
Yeah, pull it up. While you're pulling it up, I just saw some news I didn't know about. Not surprised to hear this, but it looks like Abraham Hamadeh is running for Congress.
Huh.
Yeah.
In what state?
Arizona. That was the guy who ran for AG in Arizona. And then, he challenged the results as well, like Kerry Lake. I just want to get confirmation of it.
Huh. So he's a Republican, correct?
Republican candidate for Arizona's 8th congressional district. That must be breaking news because I just found out today. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Wow, this is old news. Oh my gosh. Oh. This is really old. This is from October 20th. I
wasn't aware of this.
Wow. It's been so much news going on, man. We haven't even talked about the Eric Adams. So let's do this, let's do this. And let's make sure we get to Eric Adams like right after we get your video and stuff up here.
These are some of the stuff. These are some of the photos that I took. Like I was really close to where he was. Like I said this before.
Wow.
I was directly in line with his podium, just 4 rows back.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. There was a few. Yeah, these are some of the other photos I had. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I like about, man. I always say it. That's what I really like about Trump. That's Trump himself and the movement brings people together.
Yeah. This is my friend Dylan. Actually, I told you about.
Yeah, you met
guy-
him in person.
Well, he's actually the guy that he actually met Trump beforehand
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Like I talked to him on Twitter like before I met him right here, and then this is where I actually officially met him. And he's actually planning to run for Congress in Iowa in the future too.
Yeah. This is, I'm telling you, man, the MAGA, it hurts that I've kind of broken from it, but the MAGA is one of the most beautiful political movements.
This is how close I was to him.
Man, that's
to the
cool.
stage. Like, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, right here.
It looks like a small venue.
No, it actually was huge.
Oh, it was huge? Oh, okay. Thousands or?
There were a few thousand people there.
Yeah.
Like, this.
Yeah. You're on Twitter too? Yeah. It's X now.
Yeah.
What? They call it X. I still don't call it
This
that.
is right outside before the event.
I still call it Twitter. Right. Yeah. I'm going to get this.
Look at this.
That's a huge flag.
They're wondering to cooperate. They're right there. Yeah. Did you get a good one? Are you videoing? Yeah, I'm videoing it. So you can call me Big Dakota. Big Dakota. So for the camera, I'm just saying again, where did this flag come from again? This flag is from Rick Fraser. He's part of the media of the Trump media team, but he's also a front row Joe, and he's one of the originals. He's really a good guy. Yeah. His son just got married over in Seattle, and his car broke down in Piedmont, South Dakota. So I worked on it, and so all his flags are there, and he asked me if I'd take care of them and fly them for him. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Why do you support President Trump? I support President Trump because he wants to bring the people back up on their feet and live their life without suppression, without a government telling them how to live their life, and bring companies back, build the infrastructure, put the people to work, bring the rural area back into the program instead of putting everything back in these big cities. And that's what really hurts, because these smaller businesses are going straight down. We're talking Amazon, Walmart, and all these big companies are taking the jobs away from the rural area. And when I was a young man, the rural area was big, now everybody moves to a bigger populated area because, that's where the money is, I guess. But we need to bring the people back to work. And we need to get rid of the reservations. We have 9 reservations in South Dakota. 80,000 of them are registered for the tribal governments, right? They're a sovereign nation from the United States. Okay. I don't agree with them being called sovereign because they're still accepting money from us, taxpaying money. Yeah. We broke the treaty in 1879. I understand that. But there comes a point where you have to stand on your own 2 feet and move ahead, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. And, I've always said, well, give us
like the video was 7 minutes long, so yeah. But yeah, I actually got a video of when Trump actually came out on stage. It's like a minute if you want to play it.
Yeah, play it. Great stuff by Ray. If you want to see that, Ray, did you give me your Rumble?
Post my Twitter. That's
Twitter. Let's go. Let's do it on Twitter. It's at Ray Studios 29.
My handle should be right there. So yeah.
Yep, your handle's right on the screen. I can give you a link to his page too.
Yeah. Okay.
Great street work.
Yeah. This is when he came out here too. So I didn't post this on Twitter because the system was messing up. Like I said, but I posted it on my Facebook. So yeah.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Let me pull it up here.
This was awesome right here. This is when he came out, and the whole place erupted in a huge roar. I was screaming, man, because I was so excited. And I started singing the song, too, eventually. It was awesome. So, a little... See, I started singing, too.
Detroit now leads the to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's how proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I got to stand up next to you and defend her till today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. American, at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Bless the
No.
USA! 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 I want to thank you very much. This has been a great place for me and for you and for all of us together. We came here together. Cedar Rapids, thank you very much. It's great to be back here and great to be back in Iowa. You are just 100 days away from the most important vote of your lives. I used to say that about 2016. I said, this is going to be the most important vote, and it was at that time. And then we went to 2020. We did much better in 2020 than we did in 2016. Got millions and millions of more votes, so we're not going to let that happen again with what they did. With your support on Monday, January 15th, we're going to win the Iowa caucuses in an epic landslide. Yes! Joe Biden next November. We have some incredible friends with us today. State Representatives Brad Sherman.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
and
beautiful.
there was like this is the end of it right here. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
But we will evict Joe Biden from the White House, and we will finish the job once and for all.
Yeah.
The great silent majority is rising like never before, and under our leadership, the forgotten man and woman will be forgotten no longer. With your help, your love, and your vote, we will put America first, and we will quickly and strongly make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There's so many intangibles that go into running for president.
Yeah. Oh. And the thing was, during the whole rally, he was out acknowledging a whole bunch of people in the crowd, a whole bunch of them.
Excellent, man. There's so many intangibles that go towards running for. Oh, what's that?
I haven't posted those on Twitter, but maybe I'll post them. See if the system will work and let me. And when I do, I'll maybe you could repost them too. So
for sure. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. The vibe, catching the vibe there, and everybody can't do that. Like there's an it factor
And
That
one more thing
Mhm.
with that day, he did 2 rallies in Iowa.
Wow.
He actually did one right before that. Like he literally was doing one like I believe in a place in Waterloo, which was a city about maybe 40 something minutes away. He did a rally there. Then immediately, I don't know if he drove or even I heard rumors he even took a plane from there all the way down here to Cedar Rapids, like literally like less than an hour, and just immediately did this speech. So
impressive.
I don't know.
Yeah. And how old is he? Is he 78 or something now? Is he 80 yet?
He's 77.
He's 77, so that's a lot for 77 years old.
Yeah.
He has the energy. There's an it factor there, and it matters. Ron DeSantis doesn't get up on a stage and rally me to feel good. Like I feel good just watching the video, you know.
And also, you know, the RNC. Well, what's the broadcasting network that shows all of his speeches?
Real America Voice or whatever. Or
I saw myself all throughout the stream. I could literally see
RSBN.
myself.
RSBN. Yeah.
I could see him literally. All throughout this. I was waving my hat a lot, and you could see my hat at the bottom of the camera almost for a huge portion of it. So I actually had a big effect on the rally too. So very recognizable.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it is. I mean, you really do. Every single person that shares, tweets, goes, you have, so especially being there, you have something there. Jordan Lott says, yeah, running for president takes a lot of money and fundraising, plus name recognition if a candidate doesn't have that. It would be tough for any other candidate to do. And let me ask you real quick, Ray, did you see any of Timcast today with Joshua Smith?
I was at work today, so I couldn't.
Okay, yeah. But it's, I'm going to support whoever is the Libertarian nominee for 2024.
I thought you said you were going to support Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai.
Well, I do. Yeah, for sure. I don't know where he's got to do a lawsuit to see if he can really run or not. But yeah, that's who I would vote for right now. But I still will support the Libertarian. What I mean by that is, share videos, talk about them. But there's nobody with that presence, though.
Yeah. And also something else, like I actually have a whole bunch of contacts now. Like a lot of people who I told you about have contacts to Trump or people around Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I might see in the future if I can. Who knows? Who knows?
You never know.
You know what I'm referring to.
Yeah. You never know.
Also, you know how like during the presidential elections, like on election night, all the candidates have like an area like where a lot of their people get together, like where and if they win, they come out and do a speech. Like I'm almost certain Trump's will be at Mar-a-Lago. Hey, if I can find a way to get down there and go do that, I will, man. If I have a chance to, because I know people that almost certainly will be at his event in Mar-a-Lago on the election night next year. I'm almost certain of that.
Yeah, I mean you've got connections, man. You're doing great stuff. You have influence. You keep getting that momentum, and you're young, so that keeps piling on. It's almost like putting money in the bank. All the shows you do, the connections you're making, and before you know it, you're gonna be like, "Whoa!" Yeah. So keep that grind up. Here's what I wanted to show was Eric Adams. This has blown up, and I'm not surprised. We saw that this early today. We saw this, and it looked like there was much to it. If you don't know, Eric Adams, his top fundraiser, Breonna Suggs, was raided by the FBI. When they say raided, they just executed a warrant. I don't know if they knocked her. I didn't get the details on was it a no-knock or something like that? I doubt it, but Adams had just landed, though, in Washington, D.C. for a meeting at the White House where he was going to, basically my impression was he was going to bitch and moan to Biden to try to put pressure on Congress, but you have to go to Congress too, to get money for New York to handle the migrant crisis.
So do you think Biden was aware of the FBI raid?
That's where we're going to go with it. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that, but I will get to commenting on that more. It's something worth talking about, but I don't know definitively. But that is the big takeaway here. So Eric Adams landed his plane, according to reports. I like using my own guys like Colin Rugg instead of going to like New York Times, but they're just regurgitated from those outlets. While it's currently unknown why, so I think we do know a little bit more now. I'm going to go to that in a second. At the time, we didn't know why. We might still not know why. But would you see
look what Jordan just said in the chat?
Trump, Ray, the dream ticket. But Eric Adams was in D.C. to discuss the migrant crisis. He landed, reportedly had to go right back up in the air because, and at the same time, his campaign, one of his big campaign advisors, fundraisers, was getting raided by the FBI. That's somebody close to him, money-wise close to him. So you knew, before we get into what Joe Biden knew or not, you knew that something else was going to pop off from it, and it did. Eric Adams is now we do know under investigation. Let's take a look at this.
Adams is under investigation. Do you think?
Yep.
Is it because he's been speaking out against the Biden administration, just sent all these? Well, I should rephrase what I'm saying. All the illegals coming to New York, I should say.
So the backdrop of this is Eric Adams has been very, even shockingly so, outspoken against the illegals coming to New York. And he hasn't just directed his ire at Texas for busing some over there. He has, without saying Joe Biden's name, I don't think he said Joe Biden's name, but you could tell the criticism was getting there to the point where The View criticized Eric Adams because the TV show The View felt like they needed to defend Joe Biden. And ultimately, for people, everybody forgets, Kamala Harris is really in charge of the border, but I think that just fell apart. But let me tell you about this. FBI is investigating New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Big news here. 2021 election campaign for corruption on whether they conspired with the Turkish government to receive illegal donations. Whoa. Adams was just minutes away from meeting, like we said, the White House when his top fundraiser had her home raided by the FBI, as we talked about. Canceled it, went back. According to the New York Times, Adams' campaign is now under investigation. This is Eric Adams himself. Investigators also sought to learn more about the potential involvement of a Brooklyn construction company with ties to Turkey, as well as a small university in Washington, D.C. that also has ties to the country and to Mr. Adams. Agents seized multiple iPhones, 2 laptops, as well as manila folder labeled Eric Adams and 7 contribution card binders. It's unclear if Adams is personally targeted in this investigation. So I guess it was, what is it, his campaign? His election campaign, so it's not necessarily him.
So they're not saying he took the donations himself. They're saying the people running his campaign did.
So it's very, that's a very nuanced discussion. So yes, but that is what it looks like here. Adams posted this video on social media right before he was set to meet at the White House. What did Adams do? So there we can transition in a second. This was sent right before he had to go back home.
We headed to D.C. to meet with our congressional delegation and the White House to address this real issue, the asylum migrant issue in our city, and we'll keep you updated as the day goes on.
Whoa. Now, before I talk, Ray, what are you thinking? Are you thinking something?
There's an array of things that's on my mind. Array of them. Did he actually believe what he's doing right there, or is this a whole plan, or is he just not even? Does he actually believe Biden is doing the right thing, or whatever? I don't know. Or is it possible that Eric Adams, as left as he is, he's just not left enough? Is that possible? And that's why they're targeting him, because he is speaking out against this immigration crisis in New York. Who knows?
The problem is that it could be a targeted. Here's the thing. That is one hell of a coincidence. That is one hell of a coincidence that they decided to do the raid on his fundraiser right when he was supposed to come to the White House. And he was the most outspoken mayor.
So did someone contact him immediately, or who contacted him to let him know that the raid happened?
I have not seen. I've done some research on that. I have not seen details that detailed on who told him what. So that's why I have these questions here. When was the raid on Breonna Suggs' residence planned? How long? When was it planned? Were the federal authorities aware of Mayor Adams' schedule the day of the raid? If you're the DOJ and the FBI, you have to know that this connects to Eric Adams. Is Eric Adams doing anything with the White House? Though New York is the true capital of our country. Of course it's possible that Eric Adams is doing, on any day in our country, it's possible that Eric Adams is doing something with the CDC or President Bush or Congress. So you would have to coordinate that and be like, wait a second, the optics don't look right. So the optics alone, I'm not even alleging anything. The optics alone means something was crazy. Somebody dropped the ball, or they're sending a message. It can't be anything else.
Yeah.
Was Mayor? No, go ahead.
Was it Garland who gave the order for this raid to happen?
Ultimately, it has to come from Ray, and yes, Garland has to know. I think Garland has to know. In this case, the president should know as well. Not necessarily the investigation, everything going up to it, but before you raid the mayor of New York, the president needs to know that. Imagine if you're the president, wouldn't you want to know? Not before the raid, but right. It's very similar to the Trump. See, what happened to Trump can happen to you. It can happen to you, Ray. It can happen to me. It can happen to you, Eric Adams.
If it can happen to the president, it can happen to anyone.
And that's what we're seeing here. I don't know if there's anything shady going on, but the optics are not good. Was Mayor Adams notified of the raid prior? What was the urgency to do the raid on this morning? Why did it happen? Why did it happen this morning? Were there any other political figures notified? Biden, like you said, Garland. Ray obviously had to know. Was the information about the raid leaked to the media prior to its execution? Have there been any communications between the federal authorities and Mayor Adams' office? That's very possible since they're investigating him. I would have to bet, yes, there has been. On that particular raid, I don't know, but in general, he has to have known. What's the legal argument here? What's the evidence that they have to do this? It is possible, Ray. I don't know for sure. It is absolutely possible that Eric Adams is speaking out too much, speaking out too strongly, getting too much of his independence on. And Joe Biden, it is possible, I'm not alleging, Joe Biden's team, or Joe Biden doesn't even have to make the call. His people know what to do. They could be doing it to say, Eric Adams, fall the hell back. Because if Eric Adams shows courage, who else is going to show courage? Brandon Johnson, Mike Johnston, all these other mayors and governors might.
Well, this is a theory. The most dangerous thing to the system is a black person speaking out against the system in any way. Clarence Thomas is the best example of that. And Eric Adams started speaking something that wasn't going in line with the system, so maybe they wanted to silence him. Who knows?
It is very possible. And I don't know if the media is asking. These questions have to be asked. They're not going to answer them, but we've got to probe on these. We've got to probe because we could have a DOJ that is completely corrupted. Let me play this clip. If you don't know why they might be going after Eric Adams, let's bring some context into this. This is the clip that is in our heads as we see this happening. Eric Adams went pretty hard.
The city we knew we're about to lose. a little dramatic, isn't it? Seems a bit dramatic.
He's got a flair for drama.
Yeah, but he's been critical of the Biden administration for months. He doesn't get support from the government, he's saying. And the Republicans love this, you know, because this is right up their alley for somebody like a New York sanctuary city to be complaining about migrant problems.
So here's the full clip. You see the View figuratively jumping in front of that bullet to protect Joe Biden. Here's the clip. This is we're gonna play the full 2 minutes of this. This is big time.
Let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We had a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted. All of us. And so I say to you, as I turn it over to you, this is some of the most educated, some of the most knowledgeable, probably more of my commissioners and deputy commissioners and chiefs live in this community. So as you ask me a question about migrants, tell me what role you played. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us? How many of you were part of the movement to say, we're seeing what this mayor is trying to do and they're destroying New York City?
Oh,
it's going to come to your neighborhood.
Who's they?
Good
All
question.
of us are going to be impacted by this.
Replay that.
I said
Replay
it
that part.
last
Yep, let me
year
bring it
when
back.
we had 15,000.
Let me bring it back.
Probably more of my commissioners and deputy commissioners and chiefs live in this community. So as you ask me a question about migrants, tell me what role you played. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us?
Who's he
Who's
talking
they?
How many of you?
Yeah, who's they? That's the first time I've noticed that, actually. I've never noticed that when I've seen this.
Now, you know, we will say they, and you know, we're generally we're talking about the establishment people or the ones who are pulling the strings on Joe Biden, who figurative theys. We don't know the names of all these deep state people. Eric Adams went with the they card. Who is he talking about? I don't know.
That's the first time I've noticed that in this video.
That's a great catch. Man, that could have been it. Man, that
Who
could have
knows?
been the moment right there because the View responded to it, which means a lot. The View responding to it, that means a lot. It's state propaganda. That could have been, let me play it again. Ray, I think that could have been the moment.
You got to clip that and post it on Twitter.
We got to clip it. Let me play it again.
You asked me a question about migrants, tell me what role you played. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us? How many of you were part of the movement to say, we're seeing...
What did he mean? He didn't mean, I don't think he meant the immigrants.
No, he did not.
I did not take that to mean the immigrants.
No.
Wow. Because when you say they, that could even go above Biden.
Oh, yeah.
So now you got the FBI, deep state CIA. Woo.
As you asked me a question about migrants, tell me what role you played. How many of you organized to stop what they're doing to us?
Woo.
How many of you were part
You know
of the
what?
movement to say...
He's sounding like he's MAGA right here. Now that I'm looking at it, he's sounding like he's MAGA.
And he got treated like he was MAGA.
Yeah.
He got that MAGA treatment.
Yeah.
We do that. I pretty much almost every live I do that joke. FBI. That's what they did. These
Like,
people.
And it's good. You find it a huge coincidence that this happened on the same day. Denisha, how you say his last name?
Yeah, D'Souza. Yep.
His film premiered at Mar-a-Lago, Police State. Is it a huge coincidence?
That is so funny. Yeah, that's a coincidence for sure. But I guess when you're weaponizing allegedly the DOJ, then it being weaponized is not too much of a shock if that's what happened here. But you see that, man. Let's think about. Let's say, Ray, say it is weaponized. What does that mean? That means they can go after anybody for anything. The whole Russiagate against Trump was made up.
Yes.
They don't even mean anything. They raided O'Keefe.
Look what they did to Assange and Snowden.
Assange, Snowden, O'Keefe, Trump. Watch every Democrat governor watching this right now, whether it's real or not. Every Democrat governor is like, don't you dare. Every Democrat governor is going to their staff and saying, don't you dare talk about those.
They.
Yeah, don't you. Yep, don't you dare use the word they. Don't you go ahead sounding like Ray Studios on the live or me on the live. Don't you use that word they.
I can't believe I just now noticed that. I never noticed that when he's in that video.
I've seen that clip. I think I was on with Carlos. We played that clip. I didn't even think about the they. That might have been the moment, man. When he said that they.
Yeah, you got to like record that clip and just post it on Twitter and then
be like, this was the moment.
Yeah.
This could have been the moment.
Yep.
That's why they really have more of a control over black women. Black men, was more, I think 80, I forget the numbers. Was it 85 to 88? It was under 90, I believe.
Yeah.
In 2020 for Biden.
Yeah. Did you see that? I don't know if I sent that to you, but I created a meme from the Dilly Mean Team's song "I Ain't Saying She a Vote Rigger."
Mm-hmm.
Remember that image they had of Trump in jail with the homies? Mm-hmm. I created a meme with the MAGA bulls and put us there instead.
Oh, did you really?
I gotta find that right there real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to bring the mood up because we just went dark right there. So
let's bring it moving. Let's bring it up. We'll end on that. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it back. Oh, you know what? Actually, do that. Then I'll end it out on another funny smut. We're gonna do a little bit of smut. Just one.
We want to show one more thing before that.
Yeah.
After this, one more thing, then we can go to the smut stuff.
Yeah, it's a very light smut. Not too heavy on the smut. We're gonna do light smut today. We're gonna save the smut for last.
Yeah, right here. Let me pull this up. This right here. I created this meme. So yeah.
I have not seen this.
I forgot to send it to you.
I like this. Carlos in the front is dope.
Yeah. Like in the song that says, charge another rapper because she out to get us. So
And then I like how you repurpose that. That's dope. I think they would like that.
Because they are out to get everyone. That's what their ultimate goal is. So I gotta send this to you. You gotta post this all over Twitter now, man. You got to, because you need to.
For sure, man. I like it. Adam's face looks funny, man. It's a group. I'm proud of that group, man. I gotta hit up Casual Goat so we can do a live. But yeah. I haven't talked to him since our live from months ago. That was a good live. But
it's Danny, Sal, Casual, me, you, Carlos, Adam, and Steven. So yeah.
That's dope.
Because they are out to get all of us. They are. We all know that. Says they're out to get Eric Adams now, so
they're out to get everybody. What is your thought on, Ray, this? So people pulling down the signs of innocent Israelis who are either missing, I don't know if maybe some are dead or hostage. You've seen people pull down these signs?
Yeah, I've seen videos of that.
Yeah, which I think is despicable behavior. But I'm also seeing organized efforts to dox people, find their names, and to try and get them fired from their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing that they're doing to those people, as despicable as that act might be, pulling down those posters. I don't know what's going on in their brain.
Yeah.
that same thing can happen to us.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say you're a despicable magable, you're a despicable MAGA, you're a despicable flag waver, you're a despicable Trump supporter.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but Trump is willing to sacrifice his own freedom and stuff for all of us. I think we need to be willing to do the same thing for him.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I wouldn't say for Trump because Trump's going to be long gone. But
I'm for Trump.
Yeah, but I think to me it's bigger than Trump. It's really for the country. It's for me at least. It's for the country, for kids, for my kids, and it's just the right thing to do. And but they're going to come for the same people who are looking to fire those who are ripping down those posters. They will be looking to fire you, me, anybody else who does not bend the knee. And it's very concerning. So I just wanted to get that out. I've talked about it a couple of times, but they're getting crazy with it.
Yeah. Well, we can show this right before we show that.
Right okay. There. Yeah. What's that? Oh, this right here.
Yeah. Like this is what my friend Dylan I showed you earlier. But yeah, he was the one I told you that met Trump and all of that. Like he was actually one of the people actually helping put on the event. I think all you guys need to go over there and follow him on Twitter because like he's an influencer. He's actually a Zoomer. He's actually around my age. And he needs the support, man, because he's going to be running for Congress in the future. So, yeah. And like I said, he's met Trump right here. And look what Trump said to him. And this is what he said. Man, you look good. You might become the future president of the United States. Trump told him that.
That's a hell of a quote to see if that, to see if that happens. He was in the Twitter spaces with us, wasn't he? That other day?
He might have been, but he does Twitter spaces with FEMAology all the time.
Yeah. He was in the Twitter space with us. Yeah, he was doing well. Yeah,
well, that was Alex actually.
Oh no, was it Alex? Okay, my bad.
I think Dylan may have just watched for a couple minutes, but he didn't speak. That was Alex.
I confused him with Alex.
Alex was the one also met Trump too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a Zoomer too. So that's good to see the Zoomers base like that. So I'm going to finish with the smut I don't know if there's going to be much to talk about this, and then we'll be out. So Ray, there was we're into the AI pictures.
Yeah, and I sent you that Magables thing. And oh my God, no!
What?
No!
What?
No!
What? Is there a problem? If you're just listening, this is Greta Thunberg, and she's been filtered through AI. Gave her a nice pair of legs. I mean, pretty much, nice looking, feminine, but toned legs. Toned her up.
And
her face.
And some big assets too. So
and the assets are just way too big for my taste. I'm not a big asset person like that. But they got the jug. She's got the jugs everywhere. Would have been much better with normal assets, but it wouldn't be as eye catching. And then toned her up though. So this is what she kind of would look like if she toned up though. And then the pigtails are dope. I can't front. That's the best part of this is the pigtails and then the toneness. But it's Greta Thunberg like you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Ray's not impressed.
No. Like I told you this, and I also told Jay this, who is another guy I've had on my show. I wouldn't be surprised if Greta and Andrew Tate were secretly buddies behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you trying to be nice, saying buddies? Wouldn't be. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't be surprised either.
Someone in Jay's one of his live chats said, "Well, Tate likes the younger ones." So, yeah.
How old is she? She's of age, right?
She's 18 or 19.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought she was in her 20s. Wait, hold on. Let me double check that. She looks older now. She doesn't look like a kid like she used to. So I haven't even thought about her age.
Very funny, Jordan.
What did Jordan say?
Look what he just said.
I'm looking up her age. She's 20.
Jordan said Ray's new girlfriend is hot. No.
I mean, that's not a bad catch, though, man. Come on, Ray. Let's be real.
I would not. No, I ain't getting anywhere near that. I'm letting you know right now. No.
I think if the assets were just normal size, it would be a pretty dope picture. It'd be a really, really solid picture. But here's what I said to it. I said that even as better as that is, this is Sophia Kiani without AI.
Wow, now that looks good.
Yeah. So Ray's got a hold of Ray's like, okay, now we're doing better.
Yeah. Like, tell you the truth, I actually don't mind if the assets are actually huge like that. I actually wouldn't mind that. I'm just saying, like, you get a weird feeling. You just know.
And Sophia Kiani, if you don't know, she is I don't know what her official title is, but she's a climate activist. That's why I bring her up. She's a climate activist like Greta, and I say she's the new age of climate activists. And even with AI, Greta Thunberg still can't hang with Sophia Kiani.
No.
Sophia, that's why I said Sophia, they should, I don't know why they haven't fully transitioned that over. You're going to convert some guys over to believing in climate change if you have the right presentation.
Well, Greta Thunberg is controlled opposition, so.
I think she's, obviously. Yeah. And I think she is too. Sophia is too, but there it is.
Yeah, but she's not pushed nearly as much as Greta Thunberg is.
No, she's not. I'm surprised. I'm surprised by that. I thought it would have transitioned more by now. I don't know if that's what the octopus accusations of anti-Semitism was about, or if that's just because the anti-Semitism thing is hot right now. But I didn't know if that was a part of pushing her out or not. But Greta's still the face of this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta post that image of the MAGA bulls in jail with Trump on Twitter. Yeah. I sent it to you in the private messages on Twitter. The DMs. I sent it to you in the DMs.
Okay, let me go in there.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome, man. You should tag the Dilly meme team in it as well, so they know they can see the meme themselves.
No, you did the meme. I want you to take credit for it. So let me post it, and then you can,
yeah, yeah. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
The Dilly meme team is great, man. I just really like them. I don't know if you saw the New York Times. Did it come out, the hit piece against Brendan Dilly? It didn't come out yet.
I didn't see any New York hit piece.
Oh,
New York Times hit piece.
Yeah, I don't know if it's out yet, but they are coming out with a hit piece on basically the brain behind the business of the greatest meme team that has ever been created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's.
You still talk to C3P meme?
I mean, not a lot, but yeah, I chatted with him a couple times. Just miscellaneous, what's up type of stuff. But last time I talked, because I told you I was trying to get him back on, but I'll just keep repurposing our old interview. But they're not doing. They're in the middle of. It'd be like asking LeBron James or Michael Jordan for an interview in the middle of the finals or the Western Conference final. They're in a heated.
Yeah.
Like they are in a heated war, civil war politically with the DeSantis team, and they're not going to stop until he begs for mercy. And so they're not doing any interviews or nothing like that. They don't got time for that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not what you told me, but that's what I feel. That's where they're.
Yeah. All right. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely cool. I respect that. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Even though one of them thinks I'm a little too crazy. So, yeah. Remember how I told you? Yeah. One of I won't say which one because I even though that person thinks I'm crazy, that I still am a fan of them. But one of the members of the Dilly meme team thinks I'm a little too crazy because of some things I said on one of their posts. So
I think here's my thing. If you're not rubbing somebody the wrong way, then you're really not doing enough. I hate to say that. I mean, so that doesn't mean I believe you should try to rub people the wrong way.
I wasn't trying to.
Oh, no. I'm talking about just in general. Yeah, no, not you. I'm talking about just in general. Just if you are, especially like what we're doing is we're talking, giving our opinions. If you're not rubbing somebody the wrong way, then you don't have anything that's worth saying. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Even if it's the meme team, we're not always going to be on the same page. You see me going hard at MAGA now, right?
Yeah, I know.
We're not going to be. Yeah. I don't. I have my take. Take it or leave it. I mean, I had, I don't know if you were in the live, but Eric Smith basically accused me of being anti-Semitic.
I saw that.
I was like, we're not always going to be cool. I got my take. If we can't respect each other's take, then
but I'm just saying, one of the members of the Dilly meme team thinks I'm crazy. So
okay.
I won't say which one, but one of them does. So
yeah, I guarantee they think I'm crazy too. I mean, fine. They're crazy too.
Because I went even harder than them on something. So yeah. But I still respect them all. I love them all. So yeah, even that one as well. I'm still a huge fan, regardless.
Yeah. So I mean, like I told you, Shoe on Head has blocked me. I'm a fan, and that's fine. If a lot of times they don't want to see the negative because these are big creators. They see a lot of negative, and Shoe on Head blocked me. Anna Kasparian.
I welcome all the negative stuff because I think it's funny. Because I
know,
love,
but
because
we're
I know
smaller though.
Because they know I'm triggering them.
Yeah, I welcome all of it, but we're smaller though. So we don't see it as much as like Libs of TikTok and all of them. And Anomaly blocked me. Wow. And who else? A few. Nicole Hannah-Jones, but that made more sense. But but that stuff happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's why I don't even look at who follows me or who doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I wish you could remove that. Yeah. I don't even want to know. Maybe you can. I haven't seen how you could. I don't even want to know.
I got almost 2,000 followers on Twitter now. Almost 2,000.
Yeah, you're doing it big.
Yeah.
I think within a year you're going to be over 10,000.
No, I know that for a fact. I'm not going to be. That I do know. I just know. I just really
You
know.
can. If you get one thing that goes like viral for your size, you can get a couple hundred. It could happen. I think you could get over 10,000 within a year. I think it's possible.
You were able to do it because you went on Tim's show, so that's the main. That's how you were able to.
Yeah, that helped. So it's Twitter has been. I mean, let me be positive. X has been pretty good. I mean, I got way more people watching the stream on X than on YouTube. Wow. Way more. Way more. Like on YouTube right now. We're just talking shop now. We're talking shop.
Yeah.
We got 4 people watching now.
How many do you have on Twitter now? Or Rumble?
I'll have to double check. Let me see. So watching on Twitter right now, it's usually 0 this late, but let me double check.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wonder if it's going to count. 1 viewer on Twitter now. The post that I tweeted has 153 views, but that doesn't mean people actually watched it.
Views, but someone scrolls by it.
Exactly. So, but I still think that's better than YouTube for me.
Yeah.
YouTube, this video.
More people see it.
Yeah. For YouTube, this video. And I'm grateful for 1 person to watch. So I'm not even really that worried about it. But just talking like growth and stuff like that. 75 views on YouTube. So maybe YouTube still has more real views than X does, but it's pretty similar. And then Rumble, let's see what's going on with Rumble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, if StreamYard put in a bookmark. I don't know if you saw that.
I wasn't aware of that.
So if you hit B, are you streaming yours on your end?
No, I'm not streaming this right now.
Okay. If you hit B while you're in StreamYard, it marks it for you. So if you want to break it up into segments, it will say like, hey, if you want to talk about the JFK stuff or whatever, you can hit B on your keyboard and it will mark it like, okay, that's when you started talking about JFK.
Well, sometime we still got to do an episode on the JFK assassination and also the MLK tapes.
I know we still have to do that. It's just the news, man, is just so we haven't even talked about. I just did it right before our live. I did an article on Hezbollah, basically on Hezbollah.
Yeah.
So there's so many news going on. It's crazy.
You still going to do my article?
Oh yeah, I still haven't done that. So yeah, I have to clean it up, and it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But So Rumble's doing this thing with raw views and unique views. So I don't know what those are. Right now I have 59 raw views.
What raw view means is the total amount of people. What unique views means is people who've never watched your stuff before.
Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. So that makes sense. And the title of this live is probably bad because I had dirty secrets in it, and the AI could think that's adult something, so that will hurt it too. So there's a lot of different things in there, and I didn't do that on purpose. I mean, I just looked at the title and saw, oh, dirty secrets. It could probably block it out because of that. So there's so many different things that could be playing a role in it.
Yeah.
But I think I will have to. I keep saying it. I do have to. Your email list is a big deal. Steven Crowder talked about that. Many other people. So I do have an email list from the website, but I've not used it once, which is not very, very smart for marketing. But I think I will start using it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dabbling in that. So good. Any last things, Ray? Before we're past one, or we're past one mountain.
Make sure to go follow me on Twitter, guys. That's what I'm really trying to focus on building right now. My handle is at Ray Studios 29 right here. Also check out the Ray Studios merchandise store to get some Ray Studios merchandise. Like yeah, you still got yours, Osiris.
Yep. I have not been pushing it because I'm going to be doing a rebranding, and
you're changing it from to Black Vosh.
That would be so funny. I might have to do a shirt like that just to be stupid. But I don't know what. No, I'm keeping middle MAGA. I'm not gonna leave that because I've been thinking about different things, and I'm like, none of this is really doesn't really register with me. I'm not good at marketing though, but I am gonna do. It's weird because I am gonna do ex-MAGA gear. I'm going to do X MAGA. Basically, it's going to have the Twitter X and MAGA, but it also means I'm X MAGA. I'm not really MAGA anymore. I'm America unequivocating American or something like that, where the age of American equivocation is over.
Well, like, you know how I feel. I still think you're MAGA. You just don't realize it. You're like broken traditions in Che.
I'm American first. I'm America first. MAGA has gone to another path right now, but I'm not against MAGA for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can rebrand that just for gear, not doing anything else.
Like I think you're like broken traditions in Che. You're MAGA, you just don't realize it.
Well, yeah, I never really associated with MAGA fully. That's why I was middle MAGA. So you're right. You could argue that, but I fully understand that if you're against Eric Adams found that out allegedly. That if you're against the establishment, you start using words like they, you can be MAGA real quick. Somebody said that JE 2023 said I think that he's referring to the migrants in general. We didn't take. He could have been, but we didn't get that.
No, he wasn't. He was saying, well, he mentioned them earlier, but then he started trying to. It's like he was moving on to something else and said they are trying to destroy our city. Well, there or whatever they. So yeah.
And either way, no matter what he meant by that put him in a precarious situation.
Yeah.
I think that is the word that could have done it. Because I don't know if he has ever said that before in any other speech. He was kind of off the cuff. It was a great speech. I mean, it was a really good speech. If he's authentic, he's very captivating.
Yeah. Maybe you should do a merchandise that has something to do with the word they.
Yeah.
I think you might have to do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I could try to copy Luke Rakowski does he basically takes some of this stuff from memes, but have you seen his shirt store, Luke?
I saw it once, but that was months ago.
Okay. He just does memes. His shirts are all memes.
Or what Ye said when he was on Tim's show, he says,
I love that. I'm more in the Ye camp.
He said, who's they though? We can't say who they is, so like I don't think
no, I love that. I love that as a shirt. We can't say who they is. I love that as a shirt because who does it mean? You don't know who I mean by that.
I don't think who they is. I don't think it's who Ye thinks they are or who thinks they are. I don't believe that. I think that's just a little too general in my opinion. I don't believe it's just one certain group of people who they is. I think it's many different types of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a dangerous shirt because people are going to take it as a very, anti-Semitic type of thing. For me, my take is I don't know one way or the other, so I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to say it is. I just don't get into that. So I think it's a good idea for a shirt, but I'll stay away from it because everyone will rush to assume that you think they is some type of anti-Semitic thing. But when that's not what I'm thinking with it, and I don't even really talk about that much at all. But yeah, I think memes as a shirt idea is very good, very smart. What Luke does.
Yeah. Okay.
Because nobody has really copyrights on memes.
Yeah.
You can tweak it, and people kind of like it. They wear it to rallies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I was considering wearing my niggas for Trump shirt to the Trump rally, but I decided I don't think Secret Service would allow me in because Secret Service screened everybody as they were going into the building. So there's no way they would let me in. So
what? They should have gave you VIP. What do you mean they wouldn't let you in?
Because they would create because if someone got caught on camera.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because they were filming it, if it got caught on camera, the media could literally just take it and just
Yeah, you're right.
By the way, I got interviewed by NBC when I was outside too.
Are you serious?
Not joking.
Wow.
I haven't found the clip, but like I said, I doubt they would air it. But if they did, they would edit around it.
Tell us what was that? You got interviewed by NBC? You said?
Yep, we talked about Israel and Ukraine because this was the day after. I think it was the day after, or literally was like the night of because. I forgot whether it was in the middle of the night when it happened or if it was the day before. It was something along those lines. But yeah, that was one of the things that we talked about.
Yeah. What was the question? What were your answers?
The basic idea was this would not have happened if President Trump was in office. That's the basic gist of what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I also said that they also asked me who would I want as the Speaker of the House because this was before that. I said, who do I want or who would be a good fantasy pick? And the guy said both. And I said President Trump as my pick. And then I said as a fantasy pick, Tim Pool from Timcast.
Ah, that's nice. That's nice. So they definitely are not going to air that. But yeah, who knows? You do that stuff and maybe accidentally they do it live or air it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was interviewed by NBC. I haven't told many people that actually.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. All right, Ray. Well, I think we'll be out, and I'm going to do lives every other night. So I'm going to take a rest. It helps to rest up the next day, and then I'll be fresher. Even though I had 2 cups of coffee to be this exciting. Everybody.
Yeah. This was a great live, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure. The homie Ray Studios. Thanks a lot.
We here in the camp, we are the anti-Matrix.
Let's go, anti-Matrix. Yeah. On that note, we are out.